I'm a family physician. I started in private practice in Valparaiso, Indiana in 1987, and in the year 2001 started a transition into practice at the community health center. Part of this was driven by a recognition that there was poor access to primary health care in the community in which I lived, and I wanted to make sure that everyone had access at least to basic services, no matter who they were. The challenges of working in this kind of setting are that a lot of the habits and practices that you become used to in private practice are not available or not practical in community health center medicine. For instance, there are medical specialties that are essentially unavailable for uninsured patients. There are tests which you wish that you could get, but you are not able to get them. There are things that you end up doing yourself professionally, which you may have been accustomed to referring to specialists in the past. And very few doctors in America are confronted with the question of how much good can I do this person for $50? And what you learn is that there really is no such thing as an absolute standard of care, though they try to teach you that in medical school. The way that you handle one problem or another problem is dictated by what is the standard of care. The standard of care is how much money do you have? How much insurance do you have? And given the constraints, what is the best way to handle whatever problem that you present with? I enjoy thinking about healthcare this way because I think that the common way of thinking about healthcare, acting as if money were no object, is unrealistic. And it's far more intellectually challenging to think about healthcare as one of many economic goods that somebody has to purchase, and to recognize it as a product that, like many other products in the economy, comes in different styles, different packages, depending on what meets the customer's needs. And just as in restaurants there's McDonald's, and then there's Denny's, and then there's the Four Seasons, in healthcare there will be different kinds of medical care based on what patients are able to access. I don't regret this, and I certainly don't regret where I decided to place myself. But I'm also a realist about what it is that I do. I think that healthcare reform will change that some. I think in some ways people will be surprised by all the things that don't change in that regard. I think that it is a step, though not a final step, towards improving access to health care, but disparities will continue to exist. And that if we set our goal as having precisely the same health care for everybody, then we will be wasting resources that we should be spending on getting good health care for everybody and letting people design for themselves what is good health care for them.